everyone, and welcome back to Skate Like a Pro. Today we're going to go over T-stop stops. All right, let's start with the T-stop position again. And I'm explaining this 1,000 times, but you kind of need to hear it 1,000 times because it's such a fundamental to roller skating. T-stop position is going to be the back inside wheel of the front foot going into the inside wheels of the back foot. So it's heel into arch. It's important that you do this at whatever flexibility your hip is. You don't need to feel like you need to have some kind of like crazy open hip. It's also important that you do this facing in the direction that you're going. So you're going to be on an outside edge. You're going to be on an arc on an outside edge. And you're going to want to have your hips square to that arc. So right now I'm envisioning an arc going this way. Like if I was to skate, I'd actually like end up heading over that direction. I wouldn't go like the way you see me. It looks like I'd be going this way, but I actually would end up going that way. So we have to think about an arc whenever we're skating. Never a straight line, ever. Never a straight line. Okay, so this is your T-stop position. Notice how my hips and shoulders are all in alignment with each other. When you're coming in, you're going to drag these two inside wheels, and you want to have this foot out at an angle. So I'm going to turn forward so that you can see that. Do you see how far out this foot is? It's not like way back here, because what happens to my hips when I do that? Do you see how my hips like turned? And if my hips are turning this way and I'm skating that way, that's a big issue, right? You need to have everything's going to that way that you're stopping. So actually your foot's kind of out here to the side. You want to have your toe pointed, but not pointed enough to where you can actually get all of your weight on those two inside wheels. So this kind of drags, and as it starts to come in, I'll turn to the side again. As it starts to come in, especially when I'm outside and it's a really rough surface, I kind of actually begin to bend this knee a little bit and kind of allow this foot to like buckle a little bit. If I'm on a nice smooth roller rink, I don't actually need to do that because of the floor slippery and I won't have outdoor wheels on. So I'm actually able to just kind of do like a nice pretty bring it in. But you'll notice out here, that's not going to be the case. I'm actually going to kind of bring it in like this. Again, there's no strain at all on the ankle because you should have all of your weight on your front leg. There's no weight in that back leg anyway, so there's no strain there to be had. Furthermore, we'll just take a moment to say, if you're experiencing strain on your ankle, you might want to look into purchasing roller skates that have proper ankle support, because that's a big part of it. Different styles of skating uses different types of skates, but if you're doing something that like what I do and you need proper ankle support, then you have to buy skates that have proper ankle support. All right, so side note onto the side, let's practice this. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and try practice T-stops now that we've kind of gone over it. So we're going to go in a semicircle. You want to put yourself on an edge. Again, not like a diagonal edge, but an arc. And here we go. Coming into an outside edge, putting the foot down, and then bringing it in. Notice how I have my arms again in this strong arm position. The arm that is direction that you're going, that's in front, that dominant foot, that arm is in front. The other arm is off to the side in this nice, strong L position. All right, let's try the other side. Again, you're going to go on an arc, so it's like a semicircle. Come in, that arm's in front, all the weight on that front foot. All my shoulders are in line with my hips. I'm using the back two inside wheels to stop, and then I come in to the T-stop position. Yeah, let's try it again. Okay, and front foot, set down that back foot, and then bring them in. Do you notice how bent my knee is? Always, always, always have bent knees. Let's do it again. Strong front leg bent. That knee is directing out, the arms out, toes down, putting those two inside wheels down, and bringing it in. Okay, let's do it again a little bit faster this time and more smooth. And away we go. Great. Now, I don't know if you could tell on that one. I'll do it the other way. Because I was going faster and because I was on this hard surface, I started with my leg nice and straight and pointed. And as I got closer, I actually bent that back leg and kind of a little bit buckled the ankle in order to create stability to come back into the standing position. You'll see it on this one as well whenever I go a little faster. And that's where I bend it, right there at the very end. Do you see that? And then coming into the T-stop. All right, let's do it a few more times. And then I think you're ready to practice on your own. Coming in, outside edge, into the T-stop position. What you're going to experience when you first start doing this, I can 100% guarantee, is you're going to experience this. And that foot's going to bounce up and down. You're going to also experience that on the toe stop, drag stop. It's just important that you're just okay with that, because you're actually building up the muscle to be able to control it. And the truth of the matter is that there's actually, when you're doing it, you learn to put varying pressure on that inside wheel. So if you need to stop faster, you put more pressure. If you have a long ways to stop, you can put less pressure. So it's all about sort of building this inner groin muscle. I'm going to actually skate into the camera to talk about something, and that is about how that foot is off to the side whenever it comes out. So I want you to be able to see that. So I'm going to come in at an arc for you. Here I am on my arc. Do you see where my foot is? Do you see how far out to the side it seems it is? It's all the way out. The truth of the matter is, it's actually directly behind my foot. And I'll do some overheads for you to see that. But what you can tell is that the angle of this skate, the way that it's going, it actually does put, if you put your hips in alignment, this is actually a line. It just looks like it's not. It looks like it's off to the side. But because of my skates going this way, it is actually in alignment. Does that make sense? Whereas if it was back here, it's actually crossed and forcing my hips open. So I want my hips to be square and I want the foot to be out to the side. Yeah? All right, I'm going to do it to you again, this time on the other foot. This other foot's my personal, not as favorite one. But, you know, they're both fine. Again, do you see how over that is? And then into the T-stop position. Another thing I would say to think about with this one is that you can never, like, really bend the knees too much. Like, as long as you're keeping your weight in that front foot, it doesn't really matter. If you feel like you're going to fall, just bend the knee more. You see how even though I'm super bent, my weight is still over this heel here. I'm not like doing this thing. I'm actually still could lift this foot. No matter how much I bend, I could still lift that foot because all your weight is going to be in that front foot. That's going to be the same for the toe stop drag. Okay, I think I feel good with this one today. Go ahead and practice it on your own. Continue to practice. I feel like I want to talk about the muscles real quick of the groin and what's happening when you stop. So I'm primarily feeling energy on this outer thigh and this hip. It's really like pushing hard into this edge. I do feel a little bit of energy and pull here in the inner groin to bring in this leg. But when I myself am doing it, I'm actually feeling most of the energy, really this knee pushing out. It's kind of like that baby stop we learned, where you kind of had this foot creating that arc. It's kind of a similar thing. By pushing this foot sort of hard this way, it helps create the stop. So absolutely never try to stop on a straight line. Let me even try it. Let's see what could happen. It's like difficult for me to skate on a straight line because it's just difficult. Oh my God, I can't even, you can't do that. There's no, I guess if you're trying to do this, This is why people are like doing this weird thing, right? Exactly. That's why people are doing that, why they're thinking that the foot needs to be behind, because you're thinking this foot's going straight, but this foot is not going straight. This foot is going to the side on a hard outer edge, so that's why this foot's out to the side. Does that make sense? I hope that does. There's a lot of information. I'm trying to give it to y'all as easy as possible. Thanks so much for checking out Skate Like a Pro. Again, make sure you stretch out tonight. Just do something for your legs, maybe something for your inner hips, and we'll see you at the next tutorial.